take the motherfucking game. Bring it back to the realness from which it came.
This is season 2, episode 2 of It Is That Deep. Today you can see it's me, the good guy Juan. They got me in the middle. They put me in the hot seat. You know, they know I'm always late. I'm always unprepared. You know, I almost feel like I'm about to get jumped, but you know, I'm interested to see how this plays out. So this is the good guy, and to my left, my co-host,
the Detroit Red, AKA the good TT.
And to my right, our special guest co-host today.
That would be me, huh? I'm Excel.
Excel, we got Excel in the building.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll start this off today. You know, I wanted to talk about something that we are thankful for that happened this weekend.
What are we thankful for?
What are we thankful for this weekend? Go ahead, Kathy.
You want me to just say what I'm thankful for?
Something.
Well, you know, so this weekend I got to go to the apple orchard with my family.
Okay.
So we did that on Sunday. It was great. My aunt came, my mother, daughter, niece, whole bunch of kids. We went to Weird's. Wireds or whatever it's called, in Ypsilanti.
Okay.
In Ypsilanti, you know, had some donuts and cider and some cheesy fries. It was a great occasion. They were late.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, a thing that, you know, goes down in the community. We were supposed to meet at my house at 2, be there by 3.
Right.
It was 3:30 and they still weren't there.
Wow.
So we just met out there.
We know how you feel about time, right?
You know how I feel about time. But we ended up having a good time. And what happened was, it was a good thing from being late. We got Twilight tickets. And what that meant was that we bought the ticket for that day. And then we got another ticket to come back for free.
Okay.
So we got a free ticket because they were closing earlier than, I guess, normal for this time of year. So we got that free one because of that time. So it kind of worked out. So we're going to go back.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So sometimes, you know, being late is a blessing. Sometimes you got to trust the universe. How about you, Excel? How was your weekend?
My weekend was extraordinary. I am hoarse right now because I threw the birthday party of the year this weekend. Like, when I tell you I got so many phone calls and text messages about this party, I had a Casino Royale 40th birthday party.
Okay.
I had the casino table set up. Like, it was bomb. Like, everybody showed up suited and booted. It was formal. Everybody, they understood the assignment.
Yes.
Okay. That's dope.
Like, everybody understood the assignment. It was like 2 or 3 scragglers came in there and you was like, what are you doing?
Right.
But like, everybody was suited and booted. So it was good to see my people all dressed up and they were celebrating me. So of course, naturally this weekend, this was a phenomenal weekend for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the big 4-0.
The big 4-0.
Happy belated birthday. You know?
Thank you.
I always thought you were a Virgo. So you're
I am. No,
Virgo?
I'm a Virgo. So I had the birthday party this weekend. It was initially scheduled for September the 17th, which is my actual birthday.
Okay.
But when I found out I was pregnant back in January, I was due August the 22nd. I felt like that was pushing it too close.
Right.
So my son ended up coming early though. So he came in July. He came July 27th.
Right.
So I probably could have kept it on the 17th, but I had no way to predict that. So I had already pushed the party back 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So, you know, on this show, we got this little thing we do for every guest to come on. You know, your relationship statuses. How I go, Kathy?
It's a fuck, marry. So you know how people do fuck, marry, kill?
Yeah.
We do fuck, marry, block because Kathy's not about that type of violence. You know what I'm saying? Red's not about that. So we do block. But it's zodiac addition. So you do 3 different signs. So you can't do like, you know, Leo. It has to be, you know, 1 fuck, 1 you marry, and 1 you block.
So as far as the signs?
Yes.
Oh, I got 2 I would block for sure.
That's okay. I got 2 marries, so it's okay.
Okay, so my first marry would probably be Libra.
Okay.
My fuck would probably be Gemini. And block is Capricorn and Virgo.
Dang, you block your own?
Fuck yeah. Virgo men are completely different from Virgo women.
Wow.
I don't want shit to do with a Virgo man.
What they Virgo guys are typically they kind of real particular like
Virgo guys are complete opposites of what we are.
Okay.
And it is almost eerie how much so.
Yeah.
So I can't do it. Like everything I like, they hate.
Yeah.
And it drives me insane.
That Virgo Libra connection is real, though. I know so many Virgo Libra connection and Libra Cancer connection. Those are like some real connections I see very often.
Yeah.
So Virgo Libra, I can see that.
And then them Capricorns, Lord have mercy. I got 2 Capricorn exes and they were both dogs.
Oh my God! And Capricorn and Virgo are supposed to be like a soulmate match.
Yeah.
That's what they would say.
I do have a Capricorn best friend who, like, we are like inseparable. But the men, baby.
I tell people all the time when it comes to astrology and compatibility, it's trickier than matching people by element. I think that you could get your friendship that way because you'll usually have friends of that compatible element, but relationship-wise, I think we need more balance than that. So, for instance, I'm a Leo. They would say my perfect match is an Aries and Sagittarius.
Okay.
Me and Aries and Sagittarius have like volatile relationships because we're fire signs and it's just so much fire. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't ever really work out for any length of time, but it's really passionate for the time that we have it. And it's never really like fallout from it, you know? But I always do better with like a water sign because water signs are like so compassionate. They're more of like an anchor for fire signs who I feel like fire and air signs, we are levers.
Right.
We get fed up, we just be done. But I feel like water signs, they stick. They will stay. They will stick it out. They love deeply, you know, as the ocean. You know what I mean? And then earth signs can typically be good for ghosting.
Okay. So
but when they are
sign?
invested, they are deeply invested, rooted earth.
Who are the earth signs?
Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus.
Okay. All right.
And then, you know, water, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer.
Right.
Yeah.
And Virgo would definitely ghost you.
Yes. And Capricorns too. Yeah, they will ghost.
Yeah.
Well, they will say, you know what? Nah.
Well, so with this Leo, I don't know about the other Leos, but at this stage, at this point in my life, anybody can get it. And I know I've said that before, but I mean that.
We're volatile. We're fire. Like we will literally destroy some shit. Like fuck it.
Oh, you a Leo too?
I'm a Leo too.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I like them water signs though. You know,
I do too.
Just that balance. You know, they just put a little water on a fire. Just keep it
tamed.
Keep it tame. Keep it
tamed. Keep it under control. Yeah.
You know, without even trying to necessarily have control, but that calm energy, you know, it's just real soothing and for a fire sign.
We need that.
Yeah.
Because we be ready to burn shit down.
Right. My son is a Leo now.
Oh yeah.
It's funny though because when I told people when I was due, everybody was like, "Oh, you having a little Leo," and they were so disappointed. And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What is it about Leo men that got everybody all shook up?" Because every time I said it, they were like, "Oh my God, you're having a Leo? Lord, brace yourself." And I'm like, "What?"
Leos are the leaders. You know what I mean? We're designed to be the leaders. You know what I'm saying? It's all in our genetic makeup. We're taught that we're leaders as kids when we even start first learning about the zodiac. And people don't like the leader. Nobody ever likes the leader.
That's true.
And it's crazy because both of my brothers are Leos. One is July 27th. Okay. My son was born on his birthday. And the other one is August 4th. They're like Will and Carlton.
Oh.
So because they're two different month Leos, they're like Will and Carlton. That's the best way to describe them. One is real.
Who's Will? August?
Will is August.
Yeah.
Yep. And July is Carlton. He's really he's like business-like and he's real cool and everybody gravitates towards him. He's got a very calm head until you completely piss him off.
Yeah.
But my other brother, he's got a slight temper. He's real chill, but he is urban. Like always, and he's a sneakerhead. He always in urban clothes. Like whereas my other brother's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
But I have two great examples of Leo men for my son. So every time somebody would say that, I would be like, "What?
Great. Your son's gonna be amazing."
Yeah.
You as a mother, these Leo uncles, you know.
Yeah, my brothers are awesome.
He's gonna be
like awesome.
He's
I have
be
two awesome brothers.
Life of the party
For sure.
Fun, you know.
What's his name?
Creative.
Carter.
Yeah.
We're gonna know that name.
Young
Carter.
Oh, no
Yeah,
doubt.
he got a little bit of Jay-Z, a little bit of Beyonce because his last name is Knowles.
Oh, okay.
Is it? Carter's Knowles too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, I didn't get a chance to tell you about my weekend. You know what I was thankful for, and it was absolutely nothing. the whole weekend was just pretty much trash. And I mean, I got some work done, so that was cool, but just having to depend on people is hard.
That's the worst. I thought you was being grouchy Smurf for a minute. I was like, damn, grouchy Smurf.
Yeah, just trying to depend on people. Like you try to work with people, and even if you pay people to do certain things, especially like with giving people deposits, you can't give nobody a fucking deposit. I don't care if it's a black person, white person, green person. It seems like once you give a person the deposit, nobody wants to work after that point. Nobody care about their reputation no more. Nobody care about being prompt. Nobody cares about nothing. They have an excuse for everything, right?
Yeah, that's sad.
You got that little deposit.
Yeah. So one situation, I had this guy. He been procrastinating for weeks, and it's work that he could have had done. So then, recently had a loss of somebody passed away in the family. Now I understand how that works, but it's hard for me to have compassion when it's something you could have completed weeks ago. I understand death because we all lose someone, and we can all go through something, but we got to start focusing on the people and the things that's still living. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got deadlines to meet still, and you gave your word to complete a task, despite it being a hard time. You can't. I don't think a person just sit there and just suffer in silence all day. I feel like you still got an obligation to complete your task. So I don't know, man. Maybe I'm being non-compassionate or being an asshole. Or
I think that depends on who died, though.
Right.
That's true too.
Because some deaths hit harder than others.
Sure.
So it's a lot easier to recover from someone who you weren't as close to, right? But when it comes to like maybe an immediate parent or something like that, like that's not something that you just pick your head up from and be like, because at that point, fuck your deadline.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I guess it kind of depends on
You can take this check back, motherfucker.
Exactly. I get your money back because let me tell you, this is bullshit.
Right.
Please.
So it
give
just
my money
depends.
back.
You know what I mean? Like,
No, I get what you're saying.
I hate that we as black people, though, in the community have such a bad reputation when it comes to business, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we try to do black-owned businesses, but yet they be so lackadaisical. Like,
Right.
I'm going to need
You
you
feel
to...
like you begging them to pay them.
And I'm like,
Right.
I'm not chasing you to pay you my money.
Yes.
Right.
It's like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, me
That-
being a
that
business
unnerves
owner,
me.
I make it a point to try not to be that person.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a point to try not to be that person. I'm huge on,
Yeah.
look, communication.
Right.
Like, I will say I did kind of slack off as I was pregnant because I was down and people knew I was down. So
Yeah.
people would hit me up and then it would take me a while to return
Right.
text and phone
Yeah.
calls. But now that I'm back in business, you don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Because now I'm back in business.
Right. I mean, I agree. It depends on the person who passed away, definitely. You know what I mean? But I feel like we know when we come into this world, ultimately, what's the ending result. And when a person is of a certain age, I mean, you start talking about 80, 90 years old, you know, in a sense, you got to understand that we got to come to the realization that it's more time in the past than ahead. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. It just...
Now, while I agree with that, I had this conversation with somebody a couple of days ago. The problem is we don't prepare our children for death. So, and I say this all the time, if I die and my kids fall apart, I didn't do my job.
Right.
Right.
Because my job is to make sure that you're a contribution to society when I'm not there.
Right.
Exactly.
So if I go, then I need you to continue your life, continue to live your life.
Right.
Like, but we don't have those conversations. Like,
No.
death is a sore spot in the black community.
We don't even have
talk about
life
it.
insurance, a lot of
Exactly.
us. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous. And it's like,
Exactly.
in other communities, they actually use life insurance to come up. They
Right.
insure their parents. Everybody pays the policy.
Right.
When the inevitable occurs, they're splitting, $300,000. They got a house.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they actually make it work for them, even though I know how it sounds.
Right.
But it's like, it's realistic.
Yeah.
We're all going to die.
Right.
When I had an uncle who passed away in 2021. Rest in peace, Uncle James Perry. He's been coming up a lot lately, but he was kind of like wild in his life, like, 11 kids, like, he was out here. But when he died, he had all this insurance and split between his kids and his siblings. It was like so surprising. Like nobody ever saw this coming, from Uncle James, that he would pass away and he would, set people out.
Be prepared.
And I said, you know what? I made sure I upped my insurance policy to the max. Because I'm like, I have, I own a house, so I have insurance on that, so that's paid off. And I had, like a small policy, but I'm like, you know what? I want to have the best policy I can get, because should I leave here, I want to make sure my daughter, she's straight. I left her good, a little something for my niece and nephews. My parents, if I go before them, it inspired me in that way, because it was like nobody saw that coming. It was like, what, Uncle James, like of all people? But he thought about his family. What he couldn't do in life, because he had all those kids and paid child support, and he could never really do anything for anybody.
He did it in death. Yeah.
I mean, life insurance is very, very important. It's something that we need to, really talk about and really start getting into. You know what I'm saying? I've been even watching some videos on YouTube where they were showing that you can pay into these life insurance policies, and then you can borrow back the money from them.
For sure.
And actually,
interest free.
Interest free.
Yeah.
And actually, some policies you actually can gain interest off of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways to use a life insurance policy.
Right.
But the problem is a lot of us aren't educated on it. So
I read something that said that most of us spend like 5 minutes of our lives speaking about retirement, insurance, all of that. 5 minutes.
Right. Because it seems like when we was coming up, if you had life insurance, it's almost like you was signing your own death certificate right then and there or something.
But there was a time when Black people couldn't have life insurance to a certain degree. We could only have like burial insurance.
Oh wow!
We couldn't have insurance where you had money outside of that.
Right.
So now that we can, we need to take advantage, because it's not expensive.
It's not.
It's not ridiculously expensive. It's mostly affordable.
Yeah.
So
3 shots of Anejo at the bar.
Exactly. There you go.
And that's the crazy part. People will blow all this money on bullshit every month, but not have a life insurance policy.
Not have life insurance.
Yeah. Like, you got money to buy cigarettes every day. Them shit's $10 a fucking pack.
Right.
Cigarettes are $10 a pack. I said, who the hell?
Well, yeah,
so while you killing your lungs, you don't have no life insurance policy then.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got to get up on that. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't continue to leave our people behind with nothing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
especially if you got kids, man.
Especially if you have kids.
So y'all been watching the news today. I seen Miss Sister, what's her name? Tia.
Oh yeah, her husband.
He cheated. I just know it.
Well, I mean, that's an assumption.
He probably been cheating.
I think she just got bored with him. I don't know. I mean, I know he played that role on The Shy. And he was messing with the girl Tiff, and he told Tiff, like...
I didn't even know he worked. I thought he was, like, out of work for years.
No, he plays on All-American, too.
Oh, I
don't watch a lot of TV.
He plays on All-American, too. He's the baseball coach on All-American Homecoming.
So why would she get bored with him? He's successful. He's working. He's not bad looking.
Probably just tired of him.
He cheated.
I don't know if he cheated.
14 years, he cheated.
Well, I don't know the rules of marriage. But
and he didn't just cheat. He had a girlfriend.
Yeah. What is it? What is it? Irreconcilable?
Irreconcilable differences.
What does that mean?
It means that we couldn't get along, pretty much.
Basically.
Oh, see, he ain't saying nothing about cheating.
That's what most celebrities...
No, she got tired of them. When women get bored, they get tired and they leave.
No, that is what most celebrities cite as their reason for divorce when they don't want to put their business in the blogs.
That's the way to keep it private.
Yeah.
I wonder what her sign is.
She's a Cancer.
She's a Cancer? Oh, yeah.
Damn, you knew that off the bat?
Yeah.
That nigga cheated.
I look at that's what I'm saying. Like, he cheated.
She left. Yeah, he cheated.
And I think he's a Scorpio. He cheated.
He
cheated.
He cheated.
We know
he
this.
Definitely cheated.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. So what else is new, Red? I don't watch any news.
Well, besides that, Giselle Bundchen, she also lawyered up on Brady. I guess she's married to Brady, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady?
Yeah. So she lawyered up with a divorce lawyer, too. So it's in the air.
Wait a minute. So
it comes
she got
in 3.
A divorce lawyer for the GOAT?
For the GOATs.
Oh, shit.
So first it was Ime, and Nia. Now it's Tia and Corey. And now Giselle and Tom Brady.
Divorce happened in threes, huh?
In threes.
I guess that's what's going on, I mean,
Like they say,
It's the
celebrity
death
death.
of marriage.
Yeah.
I think they had a T and them had a prenup.
They didn't.
Oh, you did?
So she filed papers so that neither could file for spousal support.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. You think she's worth more than him?
I'm sure she's
because
worth
she's been
more than him.
working for all her life.
Yeah.
So,
She's still getting residuals off sister.
yeah.
Is she the one that's on The View or no? Or was on
No,
The
that's the other sister.
View? Oh, okay. Getting these
But she's still getting that guap.
She got a bag for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they didn't have a prenup. You know, they were kids. She met him at a bus stop. That's the story. She saw him at a bus stop, and
okay.
she picked him up or something like that. It was
Really?
yes.
So she picked them up and got them together, huh?
And if they've been together for 14 years, she was famous when she did that. Like, who
was.
does that?
Girl.
Yeah, she was a cancer woman.
That is nuts, though. What if he was absolutely fucking insane while she busy picking him up at the bus stop?
Shit, we already know he could have been rich and famous already and still been fucking insane.
Yeah, and I
true?
think in other cities, the bus stop is different than Detroit. You get what I'm saying? Like in other cities, riding on the bus is not as.
They live in LA. I lived in LA for 4 years.
Okay.
Nah, it's the same.
It's the same.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Down there,
'cause
Skid Row.
it ain't like New York where
like New York is
the
like
train is like everybody's
gets on
way
the
to get around.
subway, yeah.
Nah.
Not in LA.
If you on the bus,
He
you on the
cheated.
bus. Exactly.
So how do y'all feel about
And he cheated with a low rent bitch. Watch, it's gonna come out.
Always.
Well, we'll see about that. But how do y'all feel about the prenups in a marriage?
I feel like it's protection for both parties.
for
both
sure.
parties?
Yeah, I think a prenup should be in place even if you don't have anything. If you aspire to have something, you should have a prenup.
Do you have to have a certain amount of earnings to have a prenup? I thought
don't.
that there was like regulation.
You don't. It just has to be a consensual, between both parties.
So a prenup is basically a contract between the two people.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That protects both parties to say this is because you could put whatever you want to in a prenup.
There's
I know a
some
couple who has a
people
post
say,
nut.
ironclad
post-nut.
prenup.
Yeah.
They'll say they have an ironclad prenup, meaning like nothing can be. But sometimes people have a prenup and it kind of gets broken a little bit.
Yeah.
Where they kind of go outside of what the prenup says, but then you'll hear people say they had an ironclad prenup where
It was
no
etched in
negotiable.
stone. Yeah, it's non-negotiable. Yeah.
That one
There's a
must
such
cost
thing as
more.
a post nut too. So
What is that?
If me and you were married and we don't have a prenup, and say you cheat, then I can now say at this point, if this shit, I'm gonna take you back, right? But if
Right.
this shit happens again, we gonna put this in writing because now if we've been together, depending on how long we've been together, we talking about you having access to my pension,
Right.
You have
Yeah.
access to the house. So now I'm like, look, I'm not the one who did it. You did it. So now, in order for this to work, sign this, and that's considered a post nut.
I think
snap.
I think everybody should have a prenup and a contract anyway. You know what I mean?
I
right?
do too. I wish I would have had one.
Yeah. Just have a straight contract. You know what I'm saying? Just have your demands and have that person have their demands. What you can agree on, you agree on. What you don't agree on, don't agree on. And once y'all come to terms, y'all come to terms. And I think that'll cut out a lot of the divorces to go now.
Well, I don't think it'll cut out the divorce. I just think marriage works better when both people have something to lose.
Yeah.
When one person feels like they don't have anything to lose,
Yeah.
they don't give a fuck. They out doing whatever the fuck they want to do, right? Like, if you left me, I'm still gonna be straight. Fuck you.
Right.
I never used to believe in prenups until I started to obtain assets, number one.
Right.
And then I'm like, dang. And then I saw, somebody I know, a woman, go through a divorce. Her husband served her divorce papers at work by surprise. And he took like half of everything. Wouldn't pay the car note.
Right.
She had to refinance the house. Like it was.
See, and that's whack
it
as fuck.
So horrible.
I'll never
just
understand people
watching
who
her
go through that.
And I was just like, hell no. That shit almost made me like, I don't even want to get married because. Are you fucking kidding me?
I mean, that's what happened to most men all the time, though, right? If the ones that's in position and they come in, with everything, and they marry somebody who doesn't have everything, and they have that divorce and shit.
But that's why I say marriage works better when both people got something to lose.
Right.
That person who they married, who she ain't had shit to lose, she had everything to gain.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
She had everything to gain. So if I married somebody and I walked into the relationship without anything,
Right.
when I leave, I'm leaving with half of your shit.
Right.
So now I got everything to gain and nothing to lose.
Right. That's why I feel like it should just automatically be a contract. outside of whoever made them other motherfucking rules. Just have a straight contract in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I fucking can't stand them fucking rules. Who made them? I'm gonna talk about this all season long. Who made the fucking rules? Until somebody tell me who came up with this shit, I'm gonna keep asking every episode.
What rules?
Just the rules of marriage, the rules of every fucking thing. Like,
the rules of monogamy.
I think you make your own rules though, because everybody's marriage ain't the same.
No.
Yeah,
I know people who bring third parties into the bedroom.
Right.
I know people polygamy, all that shit.
Right.
And it's no rules. It is now. Granted, society does set a standard
For sure.
Right.
but there's no rules. Like the rule is whatever we make it. If I'm married to you, the rule is whatever we make it.
Right, but then technically, how they got it set up, you know, you're supposed to, for richer, for poor, for this, be faithful, monogamy is set up that way. So I think a lot of people, I think a lot of divorces and shit happen because of the judgment that people have for other people's relationships. So because a lot of times a man might cheat on his wife, right? And she won't even be mad, but then if somebody else finds out about it, all of a sudden, why are you out here embarrassing me? Why you this?
I heard you talk about that on the first episode, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to that, when a woman is embarrassed by the actions that you did, it's because at some point we agreed. We verbally had a contract where I agreed that I would be faithful to you and you would be faithful to me.
Right.
And once you break that,
Right.
at that point it's embarrassing because I'm the one who upheld the contract.
But what if you had on paper that, okay, cheating or whatever rules or whatever it is, if that happens, that's not enough to break up. How do you feel about that?
If that's what we agreed to, then
an
that's
written contract,
right. Then that's something completely different.
I agree. So I agree with that.
Yeah, that's something completely different because we agreed to that. But still, it's still a verbal. If you don't want to be in a monogamous relationship, then don't fucking get in one.
Exactly.
Like once you agree to be monogamous with somebody and you say, "Hey, we are exclusive," at that point, we are exclusive. It's me and it's you.
Right.
You don't have to do that though. Remember, you don't have to be exclusive with me. You can go do what the fuck you want to do. Fuck hoes and do whatever it is that you want to do. Like, but the problem is a lot of people want their cake and they want to eat it too.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I always hear this when we talk about men not wanting to be monogamous, and then the women said, "Well, how about if we want to have another partner too?" Is that really a desire for women to have other partners if they engage with one that they really love?
No, but at the same time, like, fuck that. You're not about to just be out here doing me like this.
Right.
And I'm sitting at home alone, wondering what you doing, waiting for you to call. You when we addressed this last week, you like, why are you even calling me? And it's like, because that's what I do. You're my man. I call you randomly and I want to talk about random shit sometimes.
Right,
that's just what I do.
That's fine.
So now that you trying to cater to this other broad that you dealing with, I can't do that. Like, I can't do what we do.
Right.
Because you got to cater to her emotions and that's okay. Why is that okay with men to do that to their woman? My thing is this. If you want to go out, if you want to step out, if you want to have these side bitches, let them know. If you can't run your game like that, then you don't need to be doing it.
Now,
and if she's gonna get mad, you need to get a new one.
Right.
If you want to have side bitches, let me know.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Let me know. Because that's the part that get me.
I don't want to know.
It's the deceit.
Yeah.
I can't do deceit.
Yeah.
Come to me and let me know. Let's have this conversation about what this looks like.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's women out here who are willing to have those types of relationships.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what you do is you give it to me and let me do what I will with the truth.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I don't give a fuck about them. My commitment was to you. So now if you out here and you fucking around with Jane, Jody, and fucking Julian, then for me, it's like, I'm supposed to sit at home and be faithful. Meanwhile, you get to go out and do your thing. Now, let's have a discussion and see what that looks like. We gonna open this relationship up. Let's open this bitch all the way up.
No way. I get that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, is that a desire that a woman has, or is she just doing it because she's like, oh, he's doing it, so I'm gonna do something that I don't want to do just to.
It's not that you're doing something that you don't want to do. It's just you're doing something that you can do now. So here it is. All these guys, they've been trying to talk to me. I've been like, no, I'm married. I got a relationship.
Dissing them and shunning
even
them.
though I might think he cute. You know, I might
But
think
I got
he got
you.
good conversation, but I'm holding you. I'm upholding you with all this respect. I don't want to disrespect my man. I don't want to embarrass him. I don't want another dude to be out here talking about he talked to my lady.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, behind his back. So I'm doing that.
Yeah.
You know, on your behalf in a way.
Men are territorial. Yeah.
Yeah, and on my behalf too. It's also my choice. That's why I don't ever feel regretful of being faithful to somebody, because that's my choice. But again, when I'm giving you all this honor,
Right.
I want the same thing in return.
Yeah.
And when you say
Reciprocity.
you want to know that they're doing that, I don't. If that's what you're going to do, hide that shit as best as you can.
Right.
Like, make sure I never feel it, because I don't want to have an open relationship. I'm too fucking old. I don't want to have
Well, that's my
polygamy. I don't want to have any of that shit.
Right.
So,
But that's my point.
Yeah.
When you do it behind my back, you take the choice away from me.
Exactly. But that's the thing with men, though. That's where it gets tricky for them, because the men, like you said, they want to have their cake and eat it too.
Okay.
So they don't want to tell you that this is what they're doing, right?
but-
because you're going to leave.
Exactly.
And they know it. So they don't
Exactly.
want you to leave.
That's deceit.
And that's
No,
why.
we
And
already-
at
we
that
are-
point,
we-
you're deceitful as fuck and you
Yeah.
foul.
Yeah.
We already know the women don't typically leave, you know what I mean? Because they go through a whole shitstorm before they actually do leave. But I was only asking that
A
question.
woman leaves slowly. She's leaving, but she's leaving slowly.
Oh, well, slowly, whatever way you want to call it.
I don't.
If she's unhappy about it,
I don't.
you don't leave.
No, I don't leave slowly.
Oh,
I leave
yeah.
abruptly. Expeditiously.
Right.
Okay.
So-
I've been married for 4 years.
Yeah.
I am in the process of going through divorce.
Oh, yeah, 80% of women file for divorce first, so they get the fuck up out of there.
My husband cheated.
Yeah.
Okay.
The day I found out was the day he got the fuck on. We have not been back together since. I don't play that game. I feel like if more women were like me, they would think twice before they fucking did it. But we do stay and we do short. We gotta feel like it's over in order to leave. Fuck that. I deserve better.
So who do y'all feel typically wants to be in an exclusive relationship first, male or women?
You'd be surprised. It's the men.
The men?
Men
Yes.
lock women down immediately.
They do, because y'all get
I agree.
territorial.
No,
Y'all get territorial.
Yeah.
You know how many times I have
You don't
dated
want
a
nobody
guy
else fucking her.
and didn't even want to be in a relationship.
Right.
Like, I just wanted to have fun. Like, oh, I met him. He cool.
Right.
He seemed like he out here. We gonna have fun. We gonna date.
Yeah.
You know, we not gonna be pressing each other. He lock me down. I don't lock niggas down. I
Yep.
don't come at a
No,
guy like.
I totally
you
believe
know,
that.
So it's y'all.
I totally believe
you
that.
don't want us to have anybody.
Yep.
You want to keep us to yourselves while you go spread your little ding-a-ling
Yeah. What,
everywhere.
I got a friend. I got one of my friends. He met a lady, and he's on her head, and she's like chill, like she's like cool, you know, vibing. They vibing real good, but he on her head real hard.
Yeah.
But then in that private conversation, he also saying like, but yeah, man, I still best with the other ones. I'm like, man, you got to make a choice here. You know what I'm saying?
And see, that's a good point too, is that a lot of people don't have people in their circle to give them that advice.
Yeah.
Like, you got a bunch of yes men around you who supporting you out fucking around on your girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
My friends don't do that. If my friends found out that I was doing something I had no business doing, they'd be like, bitch, go home.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, stop and think about, even if I decided to still do it, they'd be like, stop and think about what you got to lose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they will put that buzz in my ear.
Right.
A lot of people don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, you know, certain individuals, right? I mean, you got to be about that life to live that life, right? Yeah. So you if you know that you go fucking be ready to cry and blow your brains out and kill everybody or crash your car or do any of that fucking weird shit, if you get caught, don't fucking cheat at all. You know what I mean? Just go home. You don't have to act like, you don't have to be like everybody else.
Right.
That's the thing. They tough guys till they get caught.
Yeah.
You know, they say it with your chest, nigga.
I've seen this a whole bunch of times. And I watched them like, damn, man, this motherfucker look like he might be suicidal. Shit, man.
Yeah, and it was his fault. You brought this shit on yourself.
You brought it on yourself.
Now you suicidal. Ain't that a bitch? Go sit down.
If you ain't about that life, I advise you to stay out of it. You know what I mean?
You'd be
do
surprised how many men feel like, okay, I'm gonna go out and do my thing. They saying it with their chest, right? I'm fucking around with this bitch and that bitch. Old girl at home, she ain't none the wiser. Soon as she find out, oh, you the best thing that ever happened to me.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
Right.
Oh my God, don't leave. Like, nah, nigga, I'm out. Like, I don't play that game. Deceit, I can't do. I'm a very loyal person.
Right.
Right.
Like, loyal to a fault.
Yes.
So you can, when the deceit comes in waves, like I can't do it. Like it fucked my whole spirit up.
Yeah.
And I'm a very up tempo, upbeat. Like, you know, like I'm always smiling. I'm always cool and chill. Everybody gravitates towards me. But when I go through something and I'm hurt, I shut down. Right. Virgo. That's what we do as women. Like, but for a man to come into my life and say, hey, you know what? It's about me and you. Okay, I'm gonna take him at his word. But then the minute he cheat, that's disloyal.
So
everybody screaming loyalty. That shit disloyal as hell.
So yeah, and that's the thing about loyalty. Everybody's definition of loyalty is different.
Yeah.
So that's something you might have to discuss with a partner. What does loyalty look like to you? But Corey Holcomb, who I love, he famously says the dumbest reason to leave a man is for cheating.
Yeah.
Because he said, what you gonna do? Go get cheated on by a stranger?
Right. Yeah, definitely.
So I'm gonna tell y'all this. Like, my daughter's father back in the day, I remember, you know, when we were going through our ups and downs, you know, he was saying how, like, you gonna leave me? Like, all these dudes is like me, basically. It's like a different version of me. But, you know, we all do the same shit, basically. And I could say he about 80% right on that.
About 80%.
You know, he's about 80% right. There's a small percentage that don't act the fuck up, but there's a large percentage that do. And so for women, that leaves us in a strange place, because if you are with a man for some years, y'all got years in, and he cheats, and you leave him, right? So now you in the market, you got to find a new man, and he cheats.
Right.
How long you gonna keep leaving for cheating?
I'm gonna keep leaving. Because I make it abundantly clear in the beginning that that's just something I don't deal with.
Right. And so then, do you prepare to say, like, because once you experience it so many times, you know, it's going to become demoralizing. So at what point do you say you might have to do something else? Do you never say it?
I never say it.
Okay.
See, so for me, it is not demoralizing.
Yeah.
I don't believe that what people do to you is anything of your fault. What people do to you is because of their own fuck ups and issues and unhealed shit that they got going on and all of that. Okay. And also, I have too many examples of men in my life who don't cheat. Yeah. To subscribe to the fact that to the notion that all men cheat.
How do you know they don't cheat?
Because when I tell you, like, these dudes, like, these some genuine, it's brothers, guys. Like, yes, like the people in my circle, like, I honestly, like, and you know, you be like, you know everything they doing, but nah, hogwash. I know people who've been married 15 and 16 years, they never had no infidelity issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it's motivation. Like, it again allows me not to subscribe to the notion that all men cheat. But even if I did, I'm leaving every time, because it's just something that I don't tolerate. I'm not tolerating that shit. Like, it's a deal breaker for me.
One thing I must say, as far as the whole cheating thing, and I think the misconception with women, I think I said this last week, but the misconception that women have is men mess with other women because they're unhappy with the woman they're with.
I never subscribe to that either.
Okay. No, I don't think that.
I don't think that at all.
Well, this is what, from other experience, what I've heard. And that's absolutely not the truth. You know what I mean? It just, I believe it's just something that it's in our nature. Yeah.
Some men would like key with the nostrils, but.
yeah. Like, it's just something that's in our nature. Yeah. Or just everything's in human nature. Like, you know.
Listen, we don't know what it's like to be a man. And this is what I'll say, like, 100%. Like, I don't know what it is to have testicles, to have sperm, to, you know, rub against a woman, and now I'm, like, totally erect and ready to have sex. Like, we don't know what it's like to be y'all. We don't know what it feels like to any extent. We project who we are onto y'all a lot, honestly.
Right.
Because we know how we are. We know that we don't have problems with monogamy and
right.
you know we have more of this control because it's easier for us to control ourselves.
Right.
But we don't really consider the struggle or the difference in even our, genetic structure that makes these things more difficult for you guys.
Right.
And so for me, my thing is like with women, just creating the space for a man to be able to have the conversation. So I can say, just tell me.
Right.
But when that results in leaving, nobody's gonna just tell you. That's just flat out. Like, because if a man is crazy about you, he gonna just try his best, but he might fail. You know what I'm saying? He might fail because he's struggling. You know what I'm saying? With that carnal flesh side, with that temptation, with women coming at him, women that have been there even before you. That won't leave them alone.
I don't even think that's hard for men.
Yeah.
I don't think that's hard for men. I think the part that a lot of men are, is what I said earlier. If we left when the shit first fucking happened, like a lot of men have experienced cheating on women and women staying.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. So in the back of their head, I'm going to risk it because she ain't going no fucking where.
Right.
She not
at
going
a certain
nowhere.
point, they know that you love them enough
to where you're not going nowhere.
You are going to pretty much stick around.
I think if a man comes into a picture and he lies, right, and says I want to be exclusive with you, and I'm gonna be faithful with you, we with me, and if he cheats after that, then yes, he deserves everything that he gets.
But that's what most men do.
From my perspective, it's never been the thing that I personally ever did. See, any relationship I've been in, it was almost like the woman wanted to be exclusive with me, first, and then over time I kind of worked my way into that situation because it's not when you have a good person, it's almost like, damn, you don't even want to do shit anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I have fucking a bunch of fucking women like coming at me all the time, especially like in the last 5 years. I've been like turned, and they've been coming. They all over the place, and they on me, and I didn't feel like it, man. Oh, shit, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing to me, but to most men, some men might have experienced that before.
Yes, there are levels.
Yeah, it's levels.
So just say a man was like nerdy, or you know what I'm saying, or he never had money, he never had nice things, jewelry, stuff like that. So when a man gets, that's why I don't like niggas that be like new money. I don't like a nigga like that. Like, you had to have. I like men who are used to getting women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they can get that out of their system. When you get those guys who aren't, and you're an attractive woman, I'm an attractive woman, and when an attractive woman gets with a man, you attract more women to your man.
Right.
When women see a guy who doesn't seem like he should have you with you, they're like,
what he got?
Right.
yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they start coming at him and sending a DM and, making the comments. So if he's not a man who's ever handled that,
right,
he might not know how to handle it.
Yeah.
He might indulge. He might start talking a little bit and think that it's okay, because now he wants to experience what it's like to be the type of guys he saw that he never was.
Right.
I agree with that.
I don't like them type of guys.
I agree with that.
You gotta have had the hoes at one point in your life to deal with.
You gotta have the
for
hoes.
sure. For sure. I agree.
Shout out to Key. Hey, Key, shout out to Key. You gotta have the hoes.
You gotta have had them at some point.
I agree.
Yeah.
I had somebody tell me that I date down, and they don't understand why.
Like, in what sense?
So and I had to learn how to take a compliment, right? Because I'm one of those people, and I don't even think it's just being humble, it's just me, right? So when somebody compliments me, I'm one of those people who deflect. Like, oh, you so pretty, and I'll be like, man, with the way I look right now, like, you know what I mean? Like, I do that shit all the time.
Yeah.
So the same person had to tell me, like, you need to learn how to take a compliment.
Yeah.
But he said I date down. He said, you're an awesome person, like, period. Like, not just the way you look. You're an awesome person. You're doing this, you're doing that. You got this going for you. You got that going for you.
Dynamic. You're a dynamic woman.
Thank you.
You are.
Talented.
And
Very
then he
talented.
said, but the people who you date aren't used to fucking with a woman like you. But see, in my eyes, what he sees is not what I see, right? So the guy who I'm dating is someone who I feel like I can build with, whereas he feels like you already built. Like, why are you reaching down to pull him up?
Yeah.
Right.
And I had to learn that too. Like, stop fucking dating down.
But you know what? What happens is when men don't care about women, what level. A certain man just don't care about a level that a woman is on already. So typically, it seems like women have to date down because the people underneath, they cater to more of the achievements and talents versus just being flat out in love or being attracted to a person. If that makes sense, So what happens is, like, you get a dude on a certain level. It's great if she has everything intact, but you can't boss certain dudes around. I'm not saying you boss people around, but I'm saying you can't boss certain dudes around. When a guy come in, if you date a guy down, he got to kind of accept everything that you putting out and every rule that you putting out, and how certain men are wired. We are wired that this is my domain. She brings peace. She definitely can have her opinions and give everything she need to give, but she brings the peace. Certain guys on the lower level, they just accept, and by you having so many talents, what I'm saying? I've been knowing you for a long, long time. So by you having so many talents, a person can look at you and be like, they'll act extra good or extra nice because it's like a come up. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it just depends on the guy,
That's very true, but that's what he was getting at. That's what he was alluding to.
Right.
When you discuss, like, not being able to take a compliment, that resonates with me because I remember, 5 love languages, and I would always think, like, my love language is words of affirmation. But I'm like, I can't even take a compliment, so how is it words of affirmation?
Right.
So then I had to, this is so off, okay, but whatever. But I had to understand, why is it so hard for me to take a compliment, right? Like, that's not normal, honestly.
Yeah.
And so what I learned about myself is that coming up, people were always taking compliments from me. Meaning, like, people would compliment me and
I call it a complisulted.
Take it away. Like, if somebody said something nice about me, somebody would make it like, oh, but what about so-and-so? Like, it was like I could never really receive it ever.
So I have a theory.
Yeah.
And I say this all the time. The pretty girls growing up got complisulted, right?
Okay.
And if you encountered someone who is less attractive, they got all the confidence in the world, right?
Right.
When you come across a pretty girl who's not very confident, this is why.
Right.
When the less attractive girls are coming up, they mama know it. Everybody around them know it. They make it a point to tell them you're beautiful. Don't let nobody tell you that you're
Build
not.
them up.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You're beautiful. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not.
Become bullies.
When pretty girls are coming up, you hear this shit a lot. I would
Yeah.
tell you cute, but I don't want it to get to your head.
Oh, yeah.
All your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
yes.
your life.
Yes. And it tears down your
It
confidence.
tears down your confidence. So when somebody gives me a compliment, I automatically give it to somebody else
Give it to
or
somebody
deflect
else. Yeah.
it
I do the same thing.
I
automatically
do the
because
same
it's
thing,
like,
too.
I
Yeah.
can't accept it because
do
I'm
the
waiting
same
for
thing.
somebody to take it.
Yeah.
Like if somebody be like, oh my God, you look so young. I remember somebody said that to me and the girl's like, oh yeah, so-and-so do too. And it's like, damn, she can't just say it to me.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, that was like my whole life. Every time somebody said anything nice about me, there
Right.
was always somebody there to say.
Coming up, did you hear?
Yes.
Oh, she thinks she all that a lot.
Yes.
Right.
You heard that?
Yes.
It beats down your
It
confidence.
beats down your confidence.
I remember when women they would come up to me and they would say, I would have said this, I would have said that, but I don't want to give you the big head.
Exactly.
What the
It's the
fuck
worst.
does that mean?
It's the worst.
It's the
Know what I'm
worst.
saying?
I call it a complisult. It's kind of like you cute to be dark
complisult.
skinned.
Yeah.
It's a compliment
Yeah.
followed by an insult.
Right.
It's a complisult.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
who does that?
Right.
And for me, it tore down my confidence.
It does because it makes you. I don't know. I can't even explain
No,
how it makes you feel.
No, it makes
But
you.
it just makes you feel like not worthy.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like you can only operate from a place of humility.
Yeah.
You can't never feel yourself because it's going to be offensive
to everybody else. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think I went through that whole little stage for a little bit, but then I just had to turn up, and I just got to offend motherfuckers even more and more and more. You know what I mean?
I haven't gotten there yet.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, just an ugly bitch somewhere walking around like,
exactly.
say something.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
She looking at you like
exactly. Meanwhile, you like you're not even cute, girl. Like, how we having this conversation?
Crazy. It's crazy.
The cute girls always got complisulted instead of complimented.
Yes.
It happened the same thing with dudes though.
Yeah.
I mean, they say, "Oh, you confident." They call you arrogant. Oh, you so arrogant. I don't want to say this. I like what you said.
I didn't even get to become confident. Like, I didn't even get to that point.
Exactly.
Honestly, I didn't even get to get there.
Right.
Because it was like, people were defining me before I even knew myself. Mm-hmm. You know, they were so convinced of who I was already just looking at me. And it's like,
walking in the room before you even open your mouth.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, I have done nothing.
I didn't have to say a word, but walking in the room without saying anything, you heard, oh, she thinks she the shit. Yeah. Oh, she thinks she all that.
Yeah.
If I had a dime for every time I heard, I thought you was conceited, and then you ended up being cool as fuck. Like in my 20s and my teens. Like, people don't say it now because we're grown. Like a lot of people not really judging you when you walk in the room now. But when you younger like that, that's the first thing they do is judge you when you walk in the room. If I had a dime for every time I heard that shit, I'd be rich.
Right.
Rich.
Oh, I thought you was conceited when I first met you, but come to find out you was cool than a bitch. Like,
right.
And I always been cool.
Always.
That's how it is. That energy. You know, when your energy took over a room, you know what I mean? Like,
and it's crazy because when your self-esteem is down like that and you're a cute girl, one of two things happen. Either you become friends with a whole lot of men, and then when I say friends, I mean friends. I don't mean like you out here.
No,
you become friends with a whole lot of men. And the girls hate it, right?
Yeah.
Because you just cool with the same guys that they out here fucking, right? Or you become very promiscuous.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you out here fucking all these dudes because you got a point to prove.
Yeah.
And that is crazy to me. You be like, she's so pretty. I wonder why she put herself out there. And that's why.
Yeah.
Because her self-esteem and her confidence isn't there.
No, she never got to build it because everybody was defining her as something she wasn't.
Exactly.
So,
as a child.
Yep.
Like, people do this to children. Like, what is wrong with people? Like, there's no way I would ever do that.
That's that toxic generational curse, man. It's like even our parents, you know, God bless them, but they didn't know. So
I say that all the time.
They gave us a lot of misinformation.
They did.
You know, but they just didn't know. But now we got more access to information. So it's like we can teach our kids and people around us better. They just didn't know. They did the best that they could.
I agree. Yeah. And I hate to hear people say, well, our parents did it. That's not a fucking excuse.
Right.
No.
Like, that's not an excuse. Like, my mama did it. Like,
yeah, we have something called awareness now, so let's do that.
But you know what's crazy while we talking about like self-esteem and confidence and especially in women, I had a guy who I was cool with flat out say he cheated on his broad to prove a point. Because she was too cute and she was too self-confident. He had to bring her back down. I said, ain't that a bitch?
That's
crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Ain't it?
That's crazy.
Ain't it? I couldn't believe he said it. Like, we were
like,
cool.
Bro, you need to go to therapy.
That was definitely some insecurity, man. Like, that's super insecurity.
But see, men don't like to be called insecure.
Yeah,
no.
Men don't like to be called insecure.
Men are very insecure.
Or to admit that they've been intimidated.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, they'll project that onto the woman. No, you're a bitch.
Exactly.
Like,
no,
you're a bitch. You're not nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the gaslighting is real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah, it's not me, it's you.
Yeah. Right. Very much so.
Yeah.
I've been intimidating motherfuckers for so goddamn long that
when I hear that shit, it just sounds ridiculous to me.
I'm sick of it.
I was so scared of you when I first met you.
Yep, I hear that a lot too.
Why?
Right.
I hear that a lot too.
I've never been scared of anybody when I met them. So it's like when people say that to me, I'm like, why? Like, I'm literally like the coolest person. I don't say much.
Right.
Because
it makes you mysterious though.
That's what I like.
Yeah, for real. It's crazy though, because then you get the guys who don't have anything to lose, right? So the guy who has nothing to lose is the one that is the first person to talk to you.
Right.
He like, hey
So-
girl, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? He
confident.
catcalling you. He confident in the motherfucker,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But then the guy who got everything, he is the one. He might be your soulmate. Who knows? He's intimidated and he don't want to come talk to you. And he's
you
aloof and
you
real
might reject
standoffish.
him.
Exactly, because he's afraid of rejection. Meanwhile, you got the nigga who been on the block for 13 years in the same position, still selling the same nickel and dime bags, ain't even graduated to fucking bowls yet, and he the one in your inbox going, damn girl,
Right.
you're looking good, girl.
Right.
Like, get your Jerome face ass on. Like,
And
what the hell?
And I see that a lot. You know what I mean?
Red bone.
Right.
I always seen people that I feel like, was like, I don't want to insult nobody, but like the help or whatever.
The underdog.
The underdog, they go crazy with the women. Like they go out and they get all the women, like all the time.
When you say all the women,
I mean,
what quality of woman are we talking about? Because that dude does get women, but they be some real raggedy bitches to be on.
Right. But you got to understand, it's all relative depending on what level you at each particular time in life. You know what I mean? So if you only can see what you see, you know what I mean, and what you know. If you don't know past this level, that's the top level.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Until you get to that.
For sure. And then
level.
you get to it, and then you see another level, and then you're like, wait a minute.
No,
yeah.
then it's like, nah, that shit trash. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like, but the dude who has nothing to lose is always the one that's most confident.
Always.
Like Calvin from fucking McDonald's is in your inbox, but the CEO at McDonald's is like, nah, she out of my league. Like, seriously?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it
The CEO, the one that inboxed you, like, I saw you at the party the other day.
Right.
Okay.
See the
Why didn't you speak? Exactly.
Yeah, but the CEO is usually moves just a little bit smoother though. You know what I mean? A little bit different. But, I think we get caught up in how the approach is supposed to be. A motherfucker on a certain level, you don't
sometimes they don't approach at all because they so intimidated. Sometimes they just sit back and watch, and that's it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's. I feel like maybe that's my character, right? Because I don't. In my life, I probably approached maybe under 10 women.
You ever approached a man?
I have.
Ooh.
I have. I ain't no shame in my game. When I'm single, I'm very mannish.
All women approach me.
Oh, we should hang out.
When I'm single, I'm very mannish.
I need to get some of this energy.
You know the best way to approach a man?
How?
Send him a drink.
Now, see, I don't do that.
Most men have never had drinks sent to them. So when you send them one, they be like,
you know what? I sent the guy a drink and he got really clingy, and then I didn't like it.
oh, it was just the wrong guy.
Like, okay, I don't like this.
Nah, that's what you do.
I ain't doing this no more.
Send him a drink and then don't go talk to him.
Yeah.
Send him a drink and stay right where you at.
That's what I do. That's what I used to do. I send a woman a drink. Hey, I go to the bar. Hey, what y'all drinking? Oh, buy them drink shit, and then I just walk away. And then then at the end of the night or later in the night, they come looking like, hey, what was your name?
Yeah. That's what get dudes too. Send him a drink, and then when he look up, do like this, and then keep going on about your business. Eventually, he'll walk over to you. Listen. If he's single. If he ain't single, then if he faithful, he ain't coming over to you. He might be like,
one night,
no, he'll
I
come
was
over
like,
I ain't never missed.
I was like feeling myself, right? And so I was at a club and it was a guy and he was like so cute. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm about to go to him. So went up to him, started talking and he like, yeah, we kicking it. And then he just started getting real quiet. And I'm like, why is he acting like he's sneaking?
His girl was there.
His fiance walked up to us like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm fine, just looking for coat check. She's like, you can sit your coat over here in our booth. You can sit over here in our booth. I'm like,
he probably should have lived with the fact that he had a fiance. Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah. No, he called it a situation.
Oh, see, and that's what they do.
I got a little situation.
That's what they do. You got more than a situation.
But you can't say that's what they do because a lot of times motherfuckers might really be in a situation. Women.
No, they married now.
No, I'm saying.
Right. It was more than a situation.
Well, they probably married now. I know one thing about being out here all this time. Women will take a situation and make it more than what it is. You know what I mean? Like they will.
Men do it too.
Well, I can't.
Men definitely do it.
I can't contest what the men do, and I believe that they do that because of the men in their the men got feminine energy right now. The women are more masculine. The men are more feminine. You know what I mean? So when you come across some type of dudes, I believe they do that.
And see, that's dangerous too. The fact that women are more masculine and men are like the whole gender reversal thing that we're going through right now.
It's in the middle. See, what happened was when that feminist movement came in, you know, it made the women more stronger. So then all the women were raising the guys and they were making the guys more feminine. That's why, like, I think you posted something the other day. Like, that's why when a strong man raises like a daughter, she's more feminine. But when a woman raises, she's more tough. You see what I mean? Yeah. So we're in the middle. We're in the middle of that switch. What happens
is it's survival.
Yeah.
You know, we're with parenting. It's all about survival.
Right.
So if you're a single mother raising kids, you're going to raise them to be able to survive.
Right. I think we're in the middle.
And when you have two parents, they're gonna have a balance.
Right.
You know, ability to survive.
Right.
If it's one parent, they're gonna have kind of an imbalance. Like the girl will probably be really strong,
right,
and the man might not be.
But it's crazy because when we start talking about that in dating, it is. I tell people all the time, if you want to get rid of her alpha female, tap into her feminine energy. Okay. When you tap into a woman's feminine energy, she releases that alpha female.
She act like a real girl.
Because alpha female is survival. That's what it is. You learn to be an alpha female because you have to. You don't become an alpha female because you want to.
Exactly.
It's a defense.
Right. It's a defense mechanism. Right. You become an alpha because I'm an alpha female, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, but I had to take care of myself for a long time. And then when I had my daughter, I was a single parent. Her dad is very much so in her life. Don't get me wrong. However, he wasn't in a household. I had to do it by myself.
Right.
So naturally, I'm taking care of all of it. Come in and alleviate some of this shit that I'm doing. And then and when you tap into a woman's feminine energy, it don't necessarily have to be monetary. No. You don't have to come in and pay bills to do that.
Be resourceful.
It is also, I'm standing at the stove cooking and you walk up behind me like, damn, babe, that shit smell good. That's tapping into my it's allowing me to feel feminine.
Right.
So when you tap into a woman's feminine energy, that masculine shit goes out the window.
But you gotta understand though that men have to be certain men have to be masculine, supposed to be masculine all the time. So women,
listen, my masculine ass be like, get the fuck out the kitchen. I don't like people in the kitchen with me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even though see, we know now that we were tricked and to confuse the energies, because like at this rate we're going now, in 50 years, the women will be all the way masculine and the dudes will be all the way feminine. So it's gonna switch because everything will have a balance. So it's gonna switch all the way if we don't get an understanding out here. But you can be an alpha female, you know what I mean, and do your thing and be independent and all that. But when you dating, you got to, or involved with a guy, you got to be feminine around that guy. You know what I'm saying?
He has to make me feel feminine.
He can't make. How can he make?
Yeah, you can.
You only can make yourself feel the way you control how you feel.
That's not necessarily
yes,
true. A man can make a woman feel feminine.
No, you are in control of the way you.
I am. I am. Look, understand this. Right. I'm hoodied in jeans and tennis shoed up every day because I'm a sneakerhead, right? That's kind of masculine, if you want to call it that, right? Just the way that I dress. Right. But if a man called me and said, I need you to get dressed, right? We going out. Put them damn tennis shoes up. I need to see some heels. Like, that alone is going to make me feel like, oh shit. He ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say he can make me feel feminine, I don't mean it's his job to do so. But he has to also be as creative as I do in exchanging that energy.
No, I get that. But it's like I said, it's more than clothes or it's a whole demeanor.
Well, that was just an example.
I know,
but my demeanor changes depending on what I'm wearing. Like when I got on the hoodie and a pistol on my hip, you know what I'm saying? My head on the swivel, like, hey. But when I'm in heels and I got on a cute little dress or, some nice cute little short shorts and some flip flops or something, then I feel feminine. So my entire demeanor changes, like completely changes. Like I ain't yayed up and hoodied up and talking to dudes like, what the fuck's up? You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm dressed up, I'm like, hey boo. Like when I'm with my man, hey boo.
I think the most ultimate control that a woman can overpower a man is just being super, super, super feminine all the time.
There's this video. I'll tag y'all in it. I got it on Instagram. I love it. It's this real big. It's a cartoon. It's an animation. It's this real big like bodybuilder type dude, and he's like, they're doing arm wrestling. He's like arm wrestling everybody. Bam, slamming all the dudes. Bam, 3 dudes at a time. Bam. Right. Then he gets a woman, and he's like, what? And the woman kisses him, slams him down.
Makes him weak.
Exactly. And it's like, that's the power of femininity. This big, strong man, he just arm wrestled 20 dudes and
it makes us weak.
Slammed them all down.
And that's what I mean about the exchange of energy, though.
Energy instead of her actually trying to power him down.
Right.
She was just a woman.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And it made him feel masculine too, though, right?
She won. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying, but that feminine energy, that ultimate feminine energy, it without effort, it just breaks the strongest dude down. It makes him, you know what I mean? That's when I was looking at something the other day on Facebook, and they said, damn, a man can be with you all this time, and then he can meet a hoe, and he marry her in 1 year. Because hoes are feminine. And submissive.
Man, I'm not going for that.
I'm telling you.
I'm not going for that. All hoes ain't feminine and all hoes not submissive.
We're not going to say all, but I'm telling you. They're submissive and feminine because they're playing a role.
They know how to cater to a man.
They're playing a role.
They know. They've seen that carnal sign of a man. And they know how to cater to it.
So here's my thing. Yeah. Men pick and choose what's important in relationships, right? Mm-hmm. So if you with me, it's two sides to me. It's the tomboy side of me, who is this. And then it's the real feminine side of me, who is that, right? But I'm going to cater to you in a relationship, period. Right? So I'm a cook. I'm gonna clean all of that or whatever, but there's a business side of me. I got a business to run. Right. Still working 9 to 5. I got kids. All of that. It's all relative, right?
Yeah. Right.
So when I'm doing all of that, you have to think about the lifestyle that is being created, because now think about everything that I just said that I do. Right. Now your number one complaint is I ain't sucking no dick. Now think about it. But you're not taking shit off my plate. I'm running a business. Taking care of the kids. Still working the 9 to 5. That's a lot, right?
That's not a beta male though.
But this is what I'm saying. But the most important thing to you in this particular relationship is I ain't sucking no dick. Now you run into a hoe. She is slobbing that motherfucker down every chance she got. Right. And guess what? She don't have as many responsibilities as I have, so she can suck dick all day. Right. She come home and she ain't tired because the bitch ain't working. But so that's what I'm saying. It depends. I'm not subscribing to the fact that she's so feminine and that's the reason why he'll marry her within a year. No, the lifestyle that she has differs from mine, right? And it allows him to say that this was more important. Okay. And now that is why he married her.
Yeah. I don't think nobody getting as from a man's perspective. I don't think he will get married for like some good pussy or a good head, but I understand what you're saying. But it sounds like the traits of a man an alpha male, right? Because
an alpha male?
No.
If you think men ain't wife and bitches for good pussy, you crazy as hell.
I don't know about that.
Hogwash. That is, you are nuts. You ain't wifing no bitch for no pussy. Right. But trust and believe, it is dudes out here who is wifing bitches for good coochie.
Well, I don't think. I think it's more the energy.
KEWCHIEQ.
I'm telling you. I think it's the energy. If he's complaining about any relationship that I'm gonna have,
Men like to feel needed.
I agree with that too.
That's feminine energy to them.
Yeah. Any relationship that I have, I don't give a fuck.
I agree with that too.
She's sucking dick because she need me and she desire me. So she's gonna do what is necessary to keep me happy.
Any relationship I have, she goes
you're gonna do what's necessary and happy to keep everything going, that's valuable too. But it might be less valuable to a man.
So I'll say this. So I know a couple. I be trying not to say who these people are in relation to me, right?
Right.
So I know a couple who created a lifestyle,
right?
Had multiple children. Like when you in the beginning, it's all good, right? We fucking like rabbits, all of that. It's all good. Like the lifestyle is great because we don't have children. But now we got 6 kids.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We barely have time for each other.
Right.
We running businesses. We got this. We got that we doing, and you'll hear the man still complain about the sex aspect of it. Like, and here's my thing. She tired.
Right.
She tired as fuck.
Get that baby a weekend off, sir.
And when men start talking about the peace that women create, we created this lifestyle. We got 6 kids together.
Right.
I didn't ask you to pop 6 seeds inside of me. Like, we got 6 kids together. We created the lifestyle together. Together, our lifestyle is noisy. You know what I mean?
That's why a lot of women, like, when they get divorced, they're so much happier because they can send them kids to that man for, those weekends.
It's a gift and a curse.
And they can get away from them kids.
It's a gift and a curse.
But when they were married, the man didn't give them no break. It's you with them kids all the time, doing homework, getting them ready for bed, getting them up for school, picking them up from school, going to practice, doing all of this, and nobody cares about how this is wearing and tearing on you. And most of these women are working a full-time job. So they're raising 6 kids, working a full-time job.
But see, men still want the feminist woman.
Yeah.
They still want the woman who's going to cook and clean, even though she going to work every day.
Even though this environment has been created by the two of them.
But what I was saying, what I was trying to say earlier, in that particular situation that you're describing, that sounds like a beta male to allow you to have all those responsibilities where you can't do X, Y, and Z. In a relationship with an alpha male, with me, I can't even imagine being in a relationship and a woman saying, no, I don't feel like sucking no. What the fuck is you talking about? So it just back to the alpha and the beta male.
Right, but stop and think about why she's saying it.
No, I understand it. But what I'm saying is that's the type of man that she chose. So he doesn't. No. So he can't complain.
Lifestyle we created.
He can't complain. He can't complain.
He wouldn't let his woman be overwhelmed.
No, fuck no.
An alpha man is not going to let his woman be overwhelmed.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Beta males are going to let the woman be overwhelmed. And still expect, these sexual favors, which she has literally no energy for.
Right.
But the alpha man knows, like, let me get these kids up off of her. Baby, go have a spa weekend.
Right.
Go do something for yourself.
Not a lot of men do that.
No. They don't.
Not a lot of men do that. A lot of men don't take into consideration the day-to-day and what a woman does because it looks so easy.
It looks so easy.
We make it look so easy. Yeah. Because taking care of my kids is not a chore.
No.
Right.
It's not a chore. It's what I chose to do. I chose to have these babies. I'm going to take care of them. And I love my kids. So I love to spend time with my kids.
Absolutely.
So for a lot of men, and I tell women this all the time because I've heard women say, even at my age, they were waiting to get married to have kids. Why?
Yeah.
Right.
Why? Because that baby's still going to be yours. Husband or no husband, that baby is yours. Even with the husband in the house, that baby is yours. The brunt of the responsibility is still going to fall on the woman.
Right.
Yeah, but what a responsible man, right? So if a man who's always been responsible and handles business correctly, right? If you in that type of situation, a lot of that stuff you're not going to be happy to handle. That's why he's working so fucking hard, so you don't have to do all those extra things. Mm-hmm. See, the problem is we get these dudes who don't know how to handle responsibility. They don't have good credit scores. They don't know how to handle anything, any type of structure. So now all the energy is put on the woman. You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost like they pulling back from their mother, who was single mother, who handled all the responsibility and all that type of shit. So that's what they used to seeing.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? And
they okay with it.
Yeah. So on the flip side of that, a woman got to be okay and comfortable with a man going out here. He might have to work all fucking day, but if he's producing, you got to respect the lifestyle. You can't nag him and complain and be upset with him and cause problems that might disrupt his business.
I agree with that. So I agree that a lot of men watch their moms be single moms. Like I've heard guys say like, my mom raised X amount of kids and she did it on one job and she was. I'm not. First of all, it was okay that your mama was struggling,
right?
Because that sounds like a struggle to me.
Right.
I'm not okay with struggling. You know what I mean? Like, so when I get with somebody, my main goal is stability first.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because yes, I'm an alpha woman, but I'll gladly relinquish these reins if you gonna come in and take over some shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm an alpha woman because I have to be. I'm not an alpha woman because I choose to be.
Right.
So if you gonna come in and you gonna say, you know what, baby, look, don't worry about it. I got the mortgage. Okay?
Right.
Have at it.
Right.
And again, it don't necessarily have to be monetary. You don't have to come in and pay all my fucking bills. Right. But on the same note, help.
Yeah.
Help. Having help helps, right?
Release that stress.
Helps.
Yeah.
When something goes wrong, be able to have a solution.
Yes.
Even if you can't pay for the fucking solution, but be able to say, hey, take your car to this place or call this place.
Yeah.
And I know that, you know what
I
I'm
got
saying?
somebody who can do it, even if you're not paying for it. Yeah.
Resourcefulness.
Right.
That is such an underrated quality that men don't realize.
It is.
Be resourceful for your woman. You don't have to pay my bills. I got money. But just be... help
Some
in
situations
the way
though,
that you can.
Yeah, some situations though, it's some real resourceful guys, but just the understanding, they still want it all monetary, and they don't realize having almost like having a resourceful friend. Like one of my friends, he's very, very resourceful. Mm-hmm. So I have all these 6-figure and up friends. Yeah, and then I have a friend who's right around 6-figure, right underneath that. But he's so resourceful that he can just make shit happen any fucking place he goes. And
his money probably stretch way further than the person who makes.
He don't need money.
Listen,
but that's my point. So the money that he does make stretches further than the person who makes the $100,000 or better, because they paying for everything. Yeah. Whereas this guy, he's resourceful and he going out there and he's saying, look, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna get that taken care of. Where this guy's like, I'm just gonna pay these people to fucking do it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I remember my roof was leaking in my house. Like, it was like a little bitty leak in my house, and I'm like, oh fuck, like I'm gonna have to get a whole new roof. And I just was randomly complaining to my friend, and I looked up after we got off the phone, and I had like 20 numbers and emails to contact of people who could help me. And he's like, I think you should call these two first, because I called them and they said it would cost this and that and that. That's resourcefulness to me.
Right.
Because that helped me, because I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what to do. So now you've given me resources. I called people. I found a great company. They came out that same day, looked at my roof, fixed my roof. No more leak. Right. You know what I'm saying? There was some rusty nails up, corner of the roof that was causing the leak. Right. So resourcefulness is so important.
It is. It's very important. And I think people...
damn, that's crazy. Don't fucking ever do that to me. You are blocked. If you ever that's crazy me, you are blocked.
Yeah.
Because
and that's it. That's the end of it. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy. What you doing later though?
Oh,
absolutely. God. Not you.
Yeah.
Not you.
No, that shit don't happen for real. Like on
God, like niggas
on regular shit.
Crazy.
Now, you talking about like you need like 15,000 that particular night, and he said, "Damn, shit." Or you talking about some like regular,
just some regular shit? You'd be surprised. Shit. Like, so dudes have this thing in their head now where they try not to spend money on girls, right? So that's like this big thing. Yeah. Like, oh, she got her hand out. No, I don't got my fucking hand out. Like, if you gonna be over here every day eating my food, and you know what I'm saying, oh. Chip in, motherfucker.
Right, I agree with that.
So or like you said, be resourceful. I say I got a problem. Help me fucking solve it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to.
You don't have to spend money. Help me resolve it.
Me
Even if you said, hey, I got a couple buckets, I'm going to come over with these buckets to make sure, and or I can I got this thing that I could put up under the ceiling to stop the water from fucking up your floors. Like, down. Whatever it is.
Yeah, I got a friend that fixes cars. You know, he'll look at your shit for you. So to tell you what's wrong, like, just be resourceful.
Yeah, I agree. And it's nothing sexier than a man who can help.
Okay, I agree. So damn, that's crazy because like.
See?
Damn, that's crazy.
Right.
No, I'm saying it's crazy that y'all telling me this and these guys are not helping. But it seems like with women, these guys are still fucking women. How?
They are. Yeah. Because so here's the thing, and I say this too all the time. Women, we talk about standards, right? And you hear a lot of men talk about how women got these high ass standards. I call hogwash because a lot of women will still fuck niggas who are definitely lower than the standard that they claim to have set, right?
Right.
So when you see a woman get into a relationship, sometimes you'll see him get into a relationship with a man who did not meet the standard that she had already set.
Okay, that's fine, but
and it's because women are emotional beings, right? So what we do is we think we gonna go and we gonna fuck this nigga and that's just gonna be it, and then next thing you know, you got feelings for a janitor, and now it's like, how the fuck do I get myself? How did I get myself into this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A janitor had that D.
He had the D. You know what I'm saying? Because he was cute. Like cute don't make it into my bedroom. Period.
You gotta complete those actions though.
Yeah.
But here's my thing: at 40 years old, I don't even call them standards. You either got what the fuck I'm looking for, or you don't.
Yeah.
Like, period.
But it's like you said too, when you say women are under pressure, those societal standards to have a man.
Yeah.
Like, for a lot of women, if you don't have a man, they feel so low. Like, a woman could be the president of the fucking United States.
Right.
And if she doesn't have a first man, people will be like, she's not a good woman. She's like,
and all the men think she's miserable.
Exactly.
Right.
Men think single women are miserable.
You've achieved the highest level that you could achieve in life. But if you don't have a man, it's like you not shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the society standard that you speak about often. So that's why women end up with fucked up men, because it's like, have a man to say you have one.
Yeah.
Because if
he
you
likes
don't
me.
have one,
He likes me. I'm gonna go with
you're worthless.
Who likes me?
Why you don't have a man?
Yeah.
Damn, something wrong with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. No, I don't think that single women have an issue. I think it's for men don't think that single women have a problem, but it's like other women from my experience. If they don't have the wedding ring on, so you've been married.
Oh my God. I've never had a woman judge me for not having a man. But these fucking men.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, even in dating, why you don't have a man?
It's the men.
Are you crazy?
It's the men.
Something must be wrong with you.
I promise you it's the men.
Like,
I had a conversation,
why are you
no lie.
single? You don't know niggas? That's why I'm single. Do you know young niggas?
I had a conversation,
why they're fucked up people.
No lie, just last night.
Right.
It was me and 3 of my friends. Well, 1 my sister and 2 of our friends, and then it was this guy who that I'm cool with, right? And we were all at the bar, we were talking, and he flat out called my best friend miserable because she's single. Because the conversation was based on.
Did she say something?
No, the conversation was based. We were talking about if you should tell your friend that her dude is cheating, right?
Right.
So my response was, if he's cheating, then yes, tell me, because there's certain people in my life who I know wouldn't just fucking lie to me and be like, oh, he cheating just because.
Right.
In his eyes, if a friend tells you that your man is cheating, she's hating because she's taking your happiness from you. If you're happy, then why would she want to come and take that from you? And I'm like, why the fuck wouldn't she? Because if I find out either way, it's still gonna be the same result. You know what I mean? So he called my best friend miserable. He asked her, you got a man? She like, no, I'm single right now. And he was like, that's why, because you miserable and you want her to be miserable with you. And that's just not the case. Like, women who are single don't have to be miserable. I could be completely content with being single.
But here's the thing: I'm never gonna tell my friend her man's cheating.
I'm
sorry. I'm just not. I'm not getting involved. Because if she's happy, if he takes care of home, if he's doing what he's supposed to do, and she's never come to me with no girl. Even if she has, like, I just just don't like to get involved.
I'm the same way.
my
You know what I'm
biggest
saying? And I don't want my friends to get involved. And from now on, I'm going to tell my friends, don't tell me shit
Mind
about
your
no
business.
nigga I'm dealing with. Mind your fucking business.
I'm the opposite.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
I'm the opposite.
I don't want to know because if I don't know, he's doing his fucking job.
So it don't.
Because I don't want to know.
Don't go looking for trouble.
It has to come from
leave my
certain
business
sources for
out
me.
your business, because as long as my home is happy, these bills are paid, we do the things that we love to do, and I'm happy and smiling.
Right.
Don't fucking come in my life ruining that shit for me.
Right.
Like,
See, I'm the opposite.
yeah, I understand that.
Yeah,
I
I'm the
understand that
opposite.
because I feel like I used to be that way,
Yeah.
but not really. But I had that done to me.
So, but it's about knowing your friend too, though, right?
Yes.
Because that was my point. It's about
yeah.
knowing your friend. If
It's
you the
about knowing
type of
your
friend who
friend.
like don't want to know, I'm not gonna tell you.
Don't tell me.
I'm not gonna tell you. But
let it go.
But on my end, you know I want to know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look at you funny when you don't tell me.
If you tell me, if you straight up tell me, I want to know. All right.
Then you should tell me, because if you don't, now I'm looking at
Nigga
you
been
funny
fucking
like
Keisha.
exactly.
I'm not
I wanna
gonna.
know.
I'm not gonna never
But
tell none of my.
I don't want to know.
See, I want to know.
I'm not gonna tell none of my friends if they girls are cheating, because
Yeah.
I mean that's not
I
that
want to know.
domestic
Fuck
shit.
that.
Yeah.
They got
That-
super
don't
STDs
tell me.
out here and
This is
shit.
what I don't like.
Don't put my life in jeopardy.
This is
I'm
the
straight.
experience that I've had. I've had where women pick and choose. So, you know, I'm dealing with a guy and he's not really all of that. He's not doing a lot for me. We kind of in a struggle relationship. You ain't say shit about this nigga cheating. But the moment I get with this man that's taking care of me, giving me allowance and shit, and, you know, I'm happy, you want to tell me, you want to run to me and tell me and keep telling me
bringing it-
that
bringing
he's
it down.
cheating.
Now, see, that's different.
That's
because
like-
at that point, that's lightweight hating.
Yes.
That's lightweight hating. I
just don't want to be told, period. Just stay on my business.
Yeah, stay the fuck out of my business. Don't
If
tell.
I ask
don't
you,
don't tell me.
If I
girl
come
cheating.
to you and I seem concerned or, you know, whatever, which I'm never gonna do. I don't even talk about my relationship business to my friends, to be honest. I just don't. You know, it's between me and him. Nobody knows what we got going on, honestly, and that's just how I've always been. But if I do come to you and I do seek it, then but I'm never gonna do it. So just mind your business.
See, I'm the opposite,
So,
and I want to
that's just
know
how I feel.
because I'm so heavy on loyalty.
Yeah.
Like
And that's your version of
Yeah.
loyalty. To me,
Yeah.
you can be loyal to me
Right.
as long as you are keeping me safe.
Right.
That's what I want to feel. I want to feel safe. I want to feel like.
But are
It-
you
it
really
goes
safe?
both- it
Because
goes both
wait,
ways.
wait,
Because
wait.
I know that you're not gonna leave me for this motherfucker because you make sure that I'm good. So if
However-
I call your phone, you answer it. If I need you, you're there for me. But as soon as that stops happening,
Right.
I'm not safe,
But
and I don't want to deal with you.
But define safe.
Yeah.
Because
That's
when
my safe.
Because if he's fucking somebody else, he's putting your life in jeopardy.
Possibly.
Because
I mean, that's what anything. I mean,
yeah, but if I know who I'm fucking and he know who he fucking and we just only fucking each other, I don't have to worry about catching STDs and whatever the fuck else is out here. Super fucking bugs where they resistant to strains of fucking, you know what I'm saying, of antibiotics and stuff. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
So are we really safe if he out here fucking whoever the fuck it is he out there fucking?
I don't want to
Like,
know.
to me, that's not safe. I want to know.
As long as the pH stays straight, as long as the pH stays straight, like my
Because these
shit
niggas
ain't
trifling. They be out here fucking these
changing.
bitches with no condom. Like, ugh, that's so nasty.
no. Listen though.
Facts.
Listen
But
to
as
this
long
though.
as the
That's so
pH stays
nasty.
straight, as long as
Listen.
I'm not lacking in the relationship, as long as I feel loved, as long as I can reach you when I need you, as long as I can be myself, I'm good.
Like, I just found out somebody I know caught
Keep
that
it
as I
away.
die slowly.
Keep it away.
Call what? Hold on. What the fuck
What?
you say?
I said I found out somebody I know caught that as I die slowly.
Oh,
And,
that's sad.
well,
Yeah, I don't want the problems.
No.
No, I know nobody want those type of problems, but
Yeah.
Also, this is my conspiracy theory, right? Now we gotta think about who is doing the testing, right? So we go from the shot to testing for the as you die slowly, or the HIV. If they create tests, somebody is going to catch it. Somebody's going to test positive because they have medication that they create that somebody's going to fucking get. So I don't give a fuck if everybody's 100% good. If you go get tests and a bunch of different tests all the fucking time, in some area, you're going to fucking fail a test. There's no test you ever took in life, in school, and on a job. There's no test you ever took in life that everybody passed.
I ain't never had to worry about failing that test, and that's my point.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying that you have to worry about failing it. What I'm trying to say is, if everybody is good and get tested on any level, somebody's gonna fail because it's drug. The pharmaceutical companies? This is a drug game. Somebody got to get these drugs. That's a whole nother
conversation, and I hear what you're saying. You know, but if I'm fucking somebody and I know you was completely clean when we first started fucking, and we ain't had no issues, and then you go fuck somebody else, and now you bringing some shit to me, we got a fucking problem, dog. Especially you bring me some shit I can't get rid of. You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
Yeah.
But
I just feel like it's way too much shit out here. Like, that's why I'm so heavy on that shit.
And nigga gonna go in there.
You know what I'm saying? But,
but
what do look clean look like?
Whatever they tell you.
You know what I'm saying?
It's up to their discretion.
Especially because herpes, you could put on a motherfucking condom and still catch that shit. That shit skin to skin contact.
Well, Magic Johnson's still alive.
He is, but that ain't no reason. Fuck that.
Okay,
I don't know about that.
Magic Johnson's damn near a billionaire.
Exactly.
So what you saying? It's a cure?
He paid for the cure. Quit playing.
So it's a cure?
Dr. Sabi said
rich enough. Dr. Sabi said he cured.
That's what I was trying to get to.
Shit,
that's what I wanted to get to. Dr. Sabi.
Exactly. Dr. Sabi said he cured that shit.
He went in front of the Supreme Court, right?
Yes.
He had what?
Yes.
70, 80 patients.
Yes. Proved that he cured it. Right? And then they killed him. Yes, well, he won.
Killed him about 20 years later, but yes.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, I think I said this last week about cells. We got trillions and trillions of cells in our body. So even with like cancer cells and different type of cells, they grow based off what we feed our cells. So
what they got to do is cheating.
No. You saying that you can get
so fuck with a bitch that's vegan. Is that what you saying? Fuck a vegan bitch.
I'm saying, the vegan food can be fucked up too. What I'm trying to say is, I think that everything is curable. We just don't know about it.
So I'm okay with you cheating and bringing me some shit because it's curable?
No. What I'm saying, this is a whole different conversation.
Okay. Because I was wondering the correlation. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, hold on.
Like, what the fuck is you saying?
No.
Exactly.
This is a whole nother episode.
What are we getting at here?
No, this is a whole nother episode for cancer, herpes, different things.
That's definitely a whole nother episode.
Yeah. We'll have one of these episodes. We're gonna have somebody come on. We're gonna talk about that too. So that's what I was on. So that I was just trying to set that up for the next time.
I'm over here like, nigga. So we supposed to be fucking vegan bitches? Like, help me understand.
No. We don't fuck raw. Don't throw your pH balance.
Go get some Beyond dick.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest.
I'm just saying.
Beyond is fucked up too.
That sounds amazing.
I'm just saying. Beyond dick.
That needs to be like trademark.
Exactly.
Just if you
give me some Beyond dick.
If y'all go out and get some dick, make sure y'all just get.
I want it.
Y'all go ahead and get the USDA beef.
I want the Beyond dick.
Some impossible penis.
I want some impossible.
Go get the USDA beef if you go get the beef.
I'm gonna give me some impossible
penis.
If
you want the meats, go get the meats. You know what I'm saying?
So I just want to, say thank you to XL for coming out. I know you got a podcast too. Overstood.
I do.
When y'all coming back?
It's on hiatus right now because unfortunately one of the people who was on the show is no longer available. So we had to kind of pause the show. And revamp. And then I think I am slated to start back up in end of November.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we on you on our thing.
Yes.
Oh no, I've been on Overstood podcast.
Juan came through.
I came through. You know what I'm saying? I think that's my first podcast.
Yeah, we was having table discussions when he came through.
Right.
Yeah.
What y'all discuss?
Yeah.
We was discussing some everything. Yeah. Matter of fact, you was there today. My daughter swallowed a penny.
Oh, right. You had to leave out. Yeah.
My daughter swallowed a fucking penny. Right. I said, you waited till you was 5 years old to start putting shit in your mouth. Like, seriously? She's upstairs crying, and I'm like, what is going on? And she was like, you're going to be mad at me. I'm like, what are you crying about? She was like, I swallowed it. Swallowed what?
Bro,
I swallowed it. She swallowed
a
fucking penny.
Like, she snorted a raisin.
A raisin?
Not a raisin.
And so I had to get it from
grape?
school.
Yes.
And I'm like, I think it's a raisin lodged in her nose. And so the doctor looked and they didn't see anything. And like, this is so gross. Like a month later, she started to get this smell out her nose. And it was stink. I'm like, what is this stinky smell in your nose?
Yeah.
So I made her appointment to see an ENT, like a specialist.
And they stuck that camera down her nose?
And no, girl. What happened was we was just chilling in the back room and she and threw up everywhere.
Oh, my God. And the raisin came out.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
Fucking
My allergies are starting to echo. Something in here got me.
Kids, man. You gotta be prepared.
My daughter swallowed a whole penny. I got the x-ray. You can see the
Hell.
penny in her chest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I still got the penny. They put it in a little cup. And then look, so when we went, you know how they look in your ears?
Yeah.
They looked in her ear and there was a rubber band in her ear. It's like, what the fuck?
What the fuck
Okay.
have you been doing?
Like, what were you doing?
She was having a good time.
So the penny and the rubber band is in the cup. They had to put her under to get the fucking penny out.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, she was screaming, I don't want to tell you what's wrong because you're going to scream at me. So, look, I was like, I promise I'm not going to scream, okay? I need you to tell me what's wrong so I can know what to do next. Yeah. She goes, I swallowed it. I said, what did you swallow? She said, I swallowed a penny. I said, what the fuck was you doing? She said, you said you weren't going to scream at me. I said, okay, you're right. Okay, I'm sorry.
I remember your daughter because I was at Overstood too, but I wasn't on the show. I was like,
in the background.
Coming on like as a producer to listen.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was leaving out and your daughter like walked me out. And she was like so mature and wise.
Everybody
for
says
a
that.
little kid. And like we was just like kicking it. I'm like putting my shoes on and shit. And she like talking to me. And I'm like, how old is this little
everybody
girl?
says that.
Like,
Everybody's like, she's so mature.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, you know how sometimes you meet a little kid and they're like a grown woman.
She's not grown.
Yeah. But it was like wise beyond the years.
Yeah.
And she like opened the door for me like, okay, like have a nice day. I'm like,
everybody says that. Everyone's like, Kelly's so mature. She's so cute. She's so mature. Yeah, she is. That's my little sweetheart.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So, you know, Excel, I got to ask you.
What's up?
Do you miss rapping?
I do.
I know. I can feel it.
Coochie talk or gangster bitch rap?
Gangster bitch.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Gangster bitch.
She used to spit like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when I became friends with her on Facebook, you weren't going by your rap name.
Yeah. No.
And then you changed it. And I'm like, wait, what? And then you guys were talking and he was like, yeah, you used to spit. And I'm like, wait, she used to rap? Because I met you and you were like such a lady and like just like cool and laid back.
Right.
And so then I went on YouTube and looked at the video and I'm like,
you know,
she's like a real rapper.
You know, Cat is a hip hop head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I was just like amazed, like, oh my gosh, she like flowing like Jeezy. Like what? How did I not know this?
Yeah, I was a rapper. Like
for sure.
The coochie rap wasn't. I probably got like maybe 1 or 2 songs about that. Maybe out of like 150. Maybe.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
And so you are Explicit lyric.
Yeah.
And then, okay, did you ever hear of the show Queens?
Oh no, I was going to ask that next question.
Yeah.
I saw you talking about that. I think Brandy and them and playing the roles, and they had a
yeah. That's not by coincidence.
Oh
no,
shit!
Hell no,
it's not by coincidence, and it was spelled the same way I spell my name.
Right.
So I've been to her house.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's not by coincidence. So understand that one of my good friends is, remember Andale from the Parkers?
Yes.
So Parkers and Moesha. So she knows Brandy, which is how I ended up at Brandy's house.
Okay.
So Yvette Wilson is her real name. God rest her soul. She was a really good friend of mine.
Okay.
Right.
And I met Brandy through her. Mm-hmm. Now, that's not to say that me and Brandy are friends. I'm not about to put it out there like we was just so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Right.
But she had like a little party, went to her house and all that, met her. We had a little cipher in the driveway, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she know exactly who I am. We follow each other on fucking Twitter.
Right.
So it's not a coincidence that she named herself Explicit, because I'm sure she did that. That wasn't the producer. They didn't come up with that. Right. She came up with that name. I'm sure.
Yeah.
And she even when I was there at her house, she said like, you know, how she wanted to be a rapper and how like that was a passion of hers. Like she really wanted to spit.
Yeah.
So you had to do it under my name. So I was actually geared to sue them.
Right.
I was geared to. They canceled the show.
They did.
They canceled the show.
And I like the show.
They didn't make it to a second season.
I never watched
because
it.
I own my copyright for Explicit Lyric.
Right.
Yeah.
So and then they tried to put an S on the end. So her name was Explicit Lyrics instead of Explicit Lyric, but that's like taking the S off Starbucks, right? Starbucks,
Yeah.
like you still can't do that.
Right.
No.
So I was actually geared to fucking sue, but they canceled the show.
Oh wow. Yeah. You know what? I think it came in her subconscious mind that we remembering those times and the impact that you had in her life, as far as what you brought in. And it just made her, when it came up with the show, she wanted to try to, maybe thought you forgot about it or something.
I don't know I don't know what that was about, but I'm like, what? So it's crazy because when she first posted it, I got tagged so many times off her shit.
Yeah.
Like, I got tagged a lot. Like, when I tell you she posted it and people read the little synopsis and how she was supposed to play somebody named Explicit Lyrics. And then all of a sudden, I just start seeing all these tags coming through. Like, ain't that your name? Like, wait a minute. Brandy got your name. She's doing a show and she stole your name. Like, this your name.
Right.
Like, I got tagged a million times on that.
Oh,
and that's how I found out.
Right.
Was from being tagged on Instagram. Yeah.
But the industry is so dirty like that. From them, like, just stealing people from, they feel like other people don't know about, even with like comedians.
Yep.
Going to the small local shows
and stealing their jokes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a dirty game. Even with doing podcasts and stuff like that, when you bring up certain subject matter. I remember I wrote post on Facebook and I saw people like plagiarize my shit, but they
all the time
rewrite it and they're
like it's theirs.
Yeah, and it's just like,
yep, I get that. I get that a lot too.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
I get that a lot too. Like,
I'm
you didn't
big
write
on
that.
giving credit. Like if you wrote a hot ass status and it got a lot of views, like I'm gonna be like, this is inspired by,
or I'm just gonna screenshot the fact that you did it and post it on my page. Like,
I'm all about giving credit where credit.
I'm not gonna rewrite it like I wrote it.
Hell
like,
no.
They do that a lot.
They do.
They do. They do it a lot.
Game.
Yeah, I feel like they took a lot from me. But you know what? It's the end of the show. You know what I'm saying? We about to close it down. You know what I mean? We got anything in closing? I'm going to hit you first, Kathy.
Ew, I just want to say, like, I really fucking love Glorilla Pimp. I listened to Tomorrow 2 on the way here. And, might be heard as fuck today. Won't give a fuck tomorrow. That's my motto for today.
God damn.
I don't think I said it right because I don't have that kind of energy, but, fuck it.
Yep. What about you?
For me, let's see. So I want to say this. I want to say I'm a creative, right?
Yes.
So even though I'm not rapping, I do paint.
Right.
Yeah.
So if anybody needs paint work and or interior design work, holla at me. My name on Instagram is Color Corridors.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've seen you paint, and it's definitely
amazing.
Dope. It's dope as fuck. Like,
Thank you.
It's very, very.
If you
creative.
need that, this is who you want to get it from.
Yeah, definitely hit me up. That is my passion right now. So I just switched my passion. Now it's podcasting and painting as opposed to rapping.
That's
Oh,
all
no
right.
doubt.
As long as I can create,
When
I'm
you're
good.
creative,
Creators
wherever you
always be
can
creative.
do it,
Yeah.
you want to do it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So in closing, I'm gonna just leave it like this. You know what I mean? It'd be a lot of envy and hate, and there's a lot of jealousy. And I was listening to my boy Detroit Holiday a couple of days ago, and he said, when that type of stuff hits your heart, man, you got to pray that shit out your heart. Pray that negativity out your heart. You know what I'm saying? Nobody owes you anything. You got to get up every fucking day and strive to your greatness. And when you want to be great, you will be great. But if you want to be a hater, a jealous, an envious motherfucker, you will be an envious motherfucker. But pray that whole shit out your heart. And that's it. We out.
Yeah.
peace.
Deuces.